Arvis is covered in magic.
Can I insight check this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I mean, he has been a lot. He's not lying.
Natural 20.
Oh my god.
The accent's slightly off. The inclination's off.
Why, Arbus, are you emanating transmutation magic at every pore? Almost as though you've changed shape. Have you changed the color of your coat?
Do I do that? Yeah,
You
yeah, yeah,
don't.
yeah. Yeah, I do. Yeah, yeah.
You don't do that.
I cast this on myself. I smell.
Look, I think it's fair to say the jig's up.
Nah.
No?
Hello everybody and welcome. Please let me know if the stream is working. We're D&D Boyband. A group of friends all like to be D&D pretty boys because apparently it's not fantasy unless everybody's hot. My name is Jamie and joining me tonight on Sunday rather than Wednesday are a slightly reduced band of heroic adventurers and somebody new, a guest. First of all, let me introduce Sai as Kwan.
Hello.
Clued as Casimir.
Hi, it's Scuffed Clued. How are you?
Eski as Pod.
Hi, there's nothing wrong with me today.
And Matt as, well, Atlas, but soon to be found secret guest character.
Hello everyone, nice to be here.
Yes. As you can see, we are in various states of unwell and missing. I hope Ben and Erin are having a wonderful time in Japan. Luke, where is Luke? Where is Luke on holiday? I feel like we've...
He's supposed to be here.
Holiday.
No,
Wherever
Luke's
he
on
is, I
holiday.
hope he's very happy.
Yeah, we hope he's having a good time.
Yeah.
You may occasionally see a new cat on stream.
You may.
Include Indeed has got a brand new kitty. But to catch everybody up on last week, you guys did some digging around the town. You found out that Razor had been practicing performing some blood magic before it was interrupted and was pretty furious about that. That seems to be why she attacked the town. You talked with Captain Bran, who revealed some of Kwan's past, as well as kind of the general state of the village, the defense, and what was going on. You also went back and talked a bit more to the other party, and Arvis rejoined you. And at the end, both Korrin seemed to walk away with Toad, closely followed by Mercy. I believe the rest of you, 3 of you who remain with Arvis, are currently in your quarters within the chapel to Geb. Anything I'm forgetting?
I think I'm not with him. I think I'm outside the chapel, but
Oh
yeah.
yes, fire blasting the wall, I remember. And oh yes, Alara had come and offered to educate Kwan on the ways of the world and all the things he couldn't remember. So
Very bad of you, pal.
yeah. So with Arvis sitting on his bed, tinkering with some tools. Kwan having just had a study session with Alara. Casimir firebolting the wall. Pod attempting to get anybody to play cards with him on a game. D&D Boyband. It's about midday. I'll throw it back to you.
Midday.
Oh, there is no music on the stream. Okay, yes, I will fix that.
So we're just waiting for Razor at this point, right? Like,
Yes.
we believe that she will arrive at some point, but we don't know when. Or was
Yeah,
there
I think-
anyone left that we were planning on talking to?
We thought it was going to be the next day or two. So, remind me, currently missing are just Toad and Mercy.
Yeah.
And Arvis is with the guys in the chapel.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there were people we wanted to go and talk to. I suppose we don't know how long we have. We thought it could be anywhere from like a day to a few days.
Hmm.
Because we just arrived that morning, right?
Yes.
Well.
I can advance the story if you wish. If you guys don't wish to do anything.
Can
Time can
we
pass.
rest of the campfire and skip forwards? I don't know. Okay.
I suppose Yeah, I mean, depending how far ahead we're skipping, I suppose there's a growing scale of when we would start being concerned. We hadn't seen our party members, and I think given a few hours, Casimir would probably seek out Quan if he is around. But I don't know if we're skipping ahead time
Yeah.
in that way.
You can take time. I guess if there's anything pod you'd like to do.
I would question for DM. Like, obviously, I don't want to be screwing with any timelines here, but at what point would a certain snail make their presence known to me?
Well, I will say we'll deal with that perhaps after Casimir seeks out Quan.
Yeah, sure.
Is Quan still with the gang in the room?
No, Quan was in his room, and then I think Alora left, correct?
Yes.
So Quan would be in his room.
So you probably hear
Wait, Quan doesn't have a room. Quan is sharing with,
Yeah.
the collective room. It doesn't belong
Collective
to
room.
me, but it's mine
Okay.
now.
So long before you hear a knock, you probably hear like the sound of boots and like some like little jangly jewelry definitely stopping outside the door, and then it like maybe waits like 20 seconds and there's like awkward shifting before eventually you hear a knock.
Natalie.
Would I recognize like the telltale signs of like the most fabulously dressed person on the team?
Yeah, I
walking
feel like
outside my door. I feel like at this
I feel
point,
like you recognize the sound of
yeah.
his heels and little jangly pearls.
I suppose
flag.
before you even knock, then it's just gonna be a come in, Casimir.
You hear an uncomfortable sigh, and the door like maybe cracks open slowly, and kind of sheepishly maybe he steps in. And he kind of looks maybe everywhere but you and says, "Hello. I I wanted to clarify earlier. I mean, also I wanted to let you know I'm very upset at you, but also clarify my position. When we were talking about your past, your maybe past, the past you don't remember, as a paladin of Tyr, and I will stand by this, I called them all cunts and I mean it, and I'll do it again. But look, that doesn't come from a lack of insight, as you accuse me of. It more came from a place of, if you were affiliated with them, Quan, I'm more worried, shall we say, about what sort of person that could mean that you were, because I've seen paladins of Tyr before, particularly, and much as you may consider me amoral and my methods not nice, I assure you there's a worse, and I speak out of a place of, I suppose, not wanting to find that you might have been like that, because you're not as you are. You're not like that at all, and I'm very thankful for that. So, that's my piece.
Quan gets up from where he's sitting. Casimir, clearly somewhere in there, and he sort of gestures to the chest region. I know that you do mean well. Clearly that's evident, and from what I've seen, I believe you are a good person. And I just think that perhaps the way that you say these things, well, you should take more care.
Well, don't accuse me of being a good person too many times, where people can hear these.
Appreciate your insight into this. And as you know, I don't know very much about Paladins of Tyr, as I can't remember. But I will take your warning, and I appreciate that. But there's no need to call a whole group of people the names that you did earlier.
Well, I suppose speaking from my experience, it's all I've seen of them, but point taken, it's not necessarily ubiquitous.
Well, I believe you. I believe you that your experience, you've had these perhaps bad interactions with such people, but that doesn't go for everyone. Surely you can see that.
Maybe. Perhaps. Perhaps. Look, paladins just fucking suck, alright? They just... You're an exception. You're much better. And not all paladins are like the ones I have met. I'm sure there are some great paladins like yourself out there. We just need to look hard for them.
Thank you.
Mm.
I appreciate the compliment.
And if you want to delve deeper into your sordid past with Tyr and his false justice, then I will happily fill you in on some of the details. Maybe not happily, but I will do it if I'm forced to. Just be
Well,
careful.
Perhaps now's not the time to go, go
Quite.
digging right now.
You-
I've
You
just
also have a
spoken to.
family.
Well, yeah, apparently. You would think that I would remember something if I did have people that had a meaningful impact on my life, such as my family, but I suppose that is something that perhaps I will or won't remember.
They
He
might
kind
have
of
been
scratches
shit
the back of his
They
neck.
might have been shit family. I mean, they might have not had a very meaningful impact. Happens.
Maybe. But anyway, look, I appreciate it, Casimir. That couldn't have been easy. And with a grin, he sort of slaps Casimir on the back pretty hard.
He flinches. He looks very distressed. And it's like partially I imagine Korrin is kind of strong, right?
He's pretty strong.
Yeah, and also the fact that from what you've seen, Casimir does not do physical contact. He just doesn't.
I mean, if you want, I can roll a strength check to see how winded you are, but...
It's over for him. I'm a wizard. I have a D6 in health.
It kills him on the spot.
Oh, anyway, needless to say, as ever, if you want to dig deeper into your lack of memory, your family, whatever it is in the world, I'll be here to help. Partially out of self-preservation and making sure you're not evil, but also, a desire to help, if you will. Don't tell anyone I said that.
You could just say that you wanted to help, Casimir. Is it that hard? Without
being
all of the ifs and buts.
Do you know, if I didn't actually want to help, it would be very easy for me to lie and say I wanted to help. But genuinely wanting to help and honestly saying so, that is difficult.
I believe you. I believe it's very difficult for you, but I'm sure that's something that will improve with time.
Yes, Mercy's had me thinking about this for the last week, and I've not enjoyed it.
Juan looks like he's trying not to laugh.
Anyway, where are the others?
Well, we can go find them, I'm sure. Come on.
Whilst this is happening, Pod, you are walking around, disappointed perhaps a little bit that people don't want to play games with you or cards, and looking around for some fishermen who might want to hear about kind of more. And you almost take a step, and your high perception means that you just about to step down. You look down, and there's a rather familiar, slightly large snail beneath your foot.
Kind of notices it and just tilts his head. Oh, hello, Charlie. What are you doing away? And he picks him up and he pops him onto his shoulder and then carries on walking. And then you see, I don't know who would see, kind of pauses and looks incredibly concerned. And goes, "We must inform the others immediately." And I guess he would disappear off to try and find what everyone else is at that point.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I guess after a small time, are Juan and Casimir still chatting in the dorm.
Yeah, I'll say this happens as you guys break up your chat.
Yeah, so you'd see a kind of like slightly shuffling, not like running, but kind of almost speed walking, because he doesn't look like the kind of person that runs a lot. And then he kind of rounds the corner and knows that. Oh, there you are. So. Oh no, don't worry, I'll tell them. So. Mercy or Astropor or Atropos or whatever you want to call him, depends what his face is. He's been abducted along with Toad,
Pardon?
according to our young friend here.
Abducted?
What do you mean abducted? When?
Yeah,
By
Charlie,
who?
what do you mean abducted? And he turns and he kind of looks a little concerned. Now, I know that you're really distressed right now, but you've got to be a little more clear about what you mean. Yeah, but abducted can mean many different things. We don't... Like, no. Calm down, take a breath, think about it. They say that they froze and then disappeared.
They disappeared.
Disappeared. Are you sure? They disappeared, like, is in just like out of thin air? I will have to get DM for help here. What would he have maybe seen?
I mean, for Charlie, he would have just seen it as Toad fell over, and then when he was finally kind of able to move and cover up, they were gone. What he did see would have been Korrin and Toad walking towards the edge of the forest. He would have turned around, seen Mercy appear at the side of the chapel, and then nothing after that.
So Korrin also was walking out and went missing. What is I guess the chances are Charlie cannot explain who Korrin is by name. He's a snail. He's not that intelligent. So Pod would then attempt to explain a really bad representation of what Korrin looks like by like what you imagine an animal would describe a person.
Yeah.
They're quite tall, very, very tall. They're with another. It was very tall, but they didn't abduct them. They also disappeared. They came from the building. Or actually, I don't know if they are very tall. I think just everybody's very tall, according to a snail. So, could be average height. I'm not sure. And then it begins to explain maybe the clothes or color or something, and eventually you would get an idea that it could be Korrin.
Well, that sounds like Korrin, no? Beyond the fact that they are average at most everything in most every category according to a snail, but I mean, well, that could be disastrous for many reasons, not least because our friends might die. But I'm more worried that Razor might find out we're planning to ambush her.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a very good point. You didn't happen to see any like owls, like the yellow bird, but like with a flatter face, nearby, or
no.
any Okay, there was no bird, or at least no owl, or razor. There was no razor either.
Korrin could well be taking them towards Razor and her advance. Okay.
I'm sorry. I have to disagree with you. Our friends have just been taken. We don't know by who. I think, with all due respect, the plan doesn't quite matter at the moment. We just need to go find them, surely.
I think he's right. I think Juan is very much right. Charlie agrees. He's very much
yes.
right for toe safety.
Yes, well, we'd best go immediately. Arvis is with us, right?
I
I love your farmer's voice. The best.
Not in the scary noise. Well,
Charlie, lead the way, and he goes to put down the Charlie on the ground, like to lead the way, and then kind of pauses and looks up at everyone. And go, okay, perhaps if we're worried a little bit about haste, maybe
the
should.
snail. No,
Maybe
the
we should
snail
follow the
shouldn't
sound.
lead.
No, just rather just
No.
kind of tell me which way we're going, and I'll see if I can go. So this way,
Charlie
and-
Charlie has no idea.
His pod just kind of takes a few steps forwards, turns to this way, down this way. Okay, well we'll start from outside and we'll see where we get from there. How about?
Why did
So
you
I had
find Charlie?
I mean, I just found him on the road. I mean, I could take you back there if you would. like.
Charlie's a snail. You can't have got him very far by himself. It's not like a week's passed.
That is a good point. Although he is quite fast for the average snail. Not quite a racing snail, but you know, quite quick. But anyway, I don't mean to interrupt. So I guess Paul would lead them out to where he found Charlie on the floor.
It's about halfway between the chapel and the nearest part of like the beginning of the Reedmire.
Well, they're definitely not here.
No. Let's see what we can see, I suppose. Search the area.
I guess so. If I look around, do I see anything suspicious? Anything? Any snail marks? On the ground?
No snail marks. No. I make a survival check.
Sure. Kind of turns to Charlie at the meantime and he goes, "You know, if you were more slimy, we could have actually traced where you came from."
Just looks at you as if you've offended him and kind of like curls up into his slime ball.
I'll believe you just hold him
That's a
dry.
19.
19. So, looking around, you can definitely tell kind of where this has happened. You can make out kind of a toad-shaped incline into the kind of edge of the forest, like kind of slam down. There's like that shape, and also further along, kind of the you can see a flattened bit, which you would infer would perhaps be Mercy. And you can probably begin your search here.
All right. How would you like me to? I guess investigation.
But
It would actually be legit.
however, as you begin to kind of look around here, you hear footsteps, quite loud, heavy footsteps, approaching from within the Reedmire.
Like so loud that it would be concerning,
As in like from quite a tall, heavy creature.
concerningly tall and heavy, or just like quite big.
Quite big.
Or am I the only one that hears this, or does everyone hear this?
Everyone else hears this because this person's not trying to be particularly stealthy and emerging from the tree line. Matt, if you could introduce your character.
Yes, what you see coming out of the trees, pushing his way past quite a high-hanging branch, is a large, pale-skinned goliath. Furs cover most of his body, as well as tattered clothes and armor. Kind of piecemeal put together, not exactly one continuous piece of armor that looks like it's from the same set. It's all taken from different bits and pieces. And yeah, I push my way through out of the trees into a more open area. I regard odd. Looks like I made it in time. Razor hasn't made it here yet.
Oh,
Hello
yeah.
there.
Razor. I forgot about him for a second.
What about Razor?
Yeah, we're looking for our friends.
Your friends?
You wouldn't have happened to see kind of a tall. Well, I mean, no, they're not all tall, Charlie. They're actually, he's not that tall. I mean, one of them is. One of them can look like anything, so that's not a great example. We won't start on him. And then he looks quite a remarkable man if he's not looking like anything. But the other one, he's kind of. And he begins to describe Toad. He kind of looks like he might have a bit of maybe like an infection on his left cheek. It's not an infection. I think it's actually part of his
Skin infection, yes. Who are you exactly before we start spilling our secrets to you?
My name is Atlas of the Daybearer clan, and you are...
Interested to know if you work for Razor or not.
Work for Razor! My goodness, young man, I'm trying to kill her.
That's reassuring.
Oh, we actually. Isn't that convenient?
How about that? Why? Number of reasons. A good few of them rather personal. But let's just say a bit of a blood feud. And I wink at Casimir when I say that.
Relatable.
Curious.
In the most literal sense. You notice now when I wink at you, my eyes are kind of hollow with two empty red pupils, like they've been drained.
Would
It's your
that
friends.
mean anything to us, DM? The look of the eyes.
Yeah, make a religion check.
Religion.
I love
Oh,
good
that's an
religion.
int. Oh, 7.
I have to
No.
justify the fact that Pod isn't very good at religion and the fact that he's only good at one religion.
Yeah, that's
In
fine.
fact, many, so therefore, it doesn't add up that high. He only got an 11.
Hasn't clearly skipped the God books, which feels fitting.
Doesn't mean anything to any of you.
Anyway, your friends, you say. Funny you mention. 2 of them?
Ooh, yes.
Maybe 3.
Mushroom covered.
Although one of them isn't as close a friend, but they are an acquaintance, I would say.
Whatever the distinction. On my way in, ahead of Razor's main troop, I did see a dragonborn, an elf, and 3 humans carting away 2 humans.
The Dragonborn elf. Well, Korrin would be a human, unless she's dropped her disguise and just the elf. 5 of them. Taking away our friends. Alright.
I thought one of them had died because they did look like something was growing out of them, but you say that's your friend as well.
A little worrying, yes.
Well, we have to go after them. I mean, what are we waiting for? Which direction did they go? You have to tell us.
I can show you. I came here to warn the town that Razor was coming. You seem to have issue with her as well. Have you let them know? Have they evacuated?
They know to expect her. How far out is she?
She's about 4 days. The amount
days?
of people that she's bringing severely limits the rate that she can travel at.
That's both a relief and not a relief at the same time. That's time for us to save our friends and get back and warn them, I feel.
My friend, when you say the amount of people she's bringing, what number do you refer to, roughly?
It's a small host. I didn't want to get too close to track, but not the biggest amount, but enough to make it a difficult journey. No more than 30, I would say.
Oh, just 30. That's
see.
still quite a lot.
We can take that. That's reassuring. Good. Okay, so let's hasten to save our friends, come back and kill Razor and her 30 idiots.
You see Pod turn kind of to his shoulder and just, no, I'm not giving you a live translation. I'll tell you after what he said, when he's finished talking.
I will cast Beast Sense. Speak with beasts. Speak with animals, and explain this to the snail snat on Pod's
Yeah.
shoulder.
The snail's quite distressed, quite unsure. Very distressed.
Like,
He's quite jumpy, isn't he? He's in a lot of stress right
Toad
now.
is very close to him, so, you know,
Oh,
I can understand why he'd be upset. No, he just said that he's not dead.
no, not that I could see. No.
He's in a cart. Yeah, we are talking about going there right now. That's what we've been talking about. What do you think
What
we're
does a
talking
snail sound like?
about?
Help me!
Okay.
Help me! I must find her. I miss him.
That's also what I had going in my
I'm fast. I can find them. I promise. I race.
You are a brave snail indeed.
I'm not
Someone
brave.
give this snail a weapon.
It's too young.
Well, maybe we can roll up a leaf for him once we've set off on our way.
He'd probably just eat it, but we
Listen,
can get
listen. It seems a crossroads here. I was on my way to the town to inform them of what's going on, but you tell me that they've already been informed and are expecting Razor.
Yes.
That's the best I can hope for. You've told old Eelbait in the tavern.
Yes.
Excellent. Well, since you've done a job for me, I really rather not interact with everyone in town when possible. I suppose I owe you a favor to go and help find your friends.
I don't suppose you're any good at tracking, are you? It occurs to me Korrin's a ranger.
Oh, I've lived in these lands my entire life, often solitarily. I could trek through here with my eyes closed.
How serendipitous. Almost like it's been planned.
That sounds like a good idea, but I recommend you keep your eyes open because then you'll be able to see what is coming.
I appreciate the advice. And as although I do have some eyes in the sky to help me as well, and as I say that, I whistle, and a small little bronze dragon comes and flits down and lands on my shoulder, probably about the size of like a cat.
Is that a dragon?
A small one, yes. She is my she's my patriot. I was blessed with her some time ago, a few years. This is Lady Lanaya. No, I'm not going to say. She wants me to introduce you with her full name. This is Lady Lanaya Frex, High Dragon of the Storm Assembly, Epiphat, the Thunder Crash.
The Thunder Crash.
That's very cool.
I call her Lanaya. You can as well.
Nice to meet
Once
you.
again turns and goes, no,
Lanaya.
she's not a bird, it's a dragon. Don't worry.
Shall we acquaint ourselves perhaps on the way? Walk and talk?
Yes. Well, let's get moving. You seem like let's begin tracking. I can show you where I can easily make it on our way back to where I saw your friends being taken away. But interesting collection of characters. What are you doing in Reedhome in the first place?
Killing Razor.
It's a good story.
I'm on board with that. Let's.
Are you guys leaving Alara?
Oh, fuck.
No,
Laura.
Laura's coming with us.
We haven't gone to get her yet. She's not with you right now. You can go and get her if you
What do
want.
you mean? She's not following me like a lost puppy.
Sorry, I forgot. She's actually staring at Kwan's biceps at this very moment. Very distracted.
Wait, is she actually here or is she not here?
Oh, she's not here. No.
Hang on. Are we forgetting something? Did we leave the campfire on? There's something
Oh.
missing.
We did
Arvis.
campfire inside.
Oh no,
Oh.
I'm here. I'm here.
Oh,
It's not Mercy. It's not Toad because they've been kidnapped.
where's Charlie?
Charlie's there.
He's right here, don't worry.
No, Malik's the enemy party.
Money?
Are we?
Money.
Are we-
Keys? We don't need keys. We don't have doors.
You've forgotten something?
Maybe it feels like I've forgotten something. Do you know I never forget things? So it must be truly.
We've forgotten Elara!
Wow, I must have willfully forgotten her to not remember a whole person.
Anyway, yeah, we should probably go back and get Elara.
I suppose we fetch her. Where is she?
I'll remain here. If I don't have need to go into town, I'd rather not.
So you go and fetch Alara, who is studying. Oh yes.
Knock on the door. Ilara, Toad, and Mercy have been kidnapped. We need to go after them. We're leaving now.
Oh, I must get my things. Yes. So you gotta put books away. Scrolls. What's happened to them? Who's taken them?
Korrin.
What? Well, good. You Malik was up to something.
I doubt this is Malik.
Then it's fine. You can put it away. What do we need? What do we need? What are we walking into?
You, your supplies. Let's go. Are you wearing shoes?
No, she's literally putting on boots.
Put your shoes on.
Yep.
Don't
Yeah.
bring the poetry. Stop. Put that down. We don't need that.
Fine. Put it away. Okay, good. Oh, potions, yes. Okay, like puts on a backpack, is ready to go.
It's like Dora the Explorer.
Lead the way, leader.
Thank you. As you all move off, you're going into the forest. Do you do anything or say anything to the town, or are you just leaving immediately?
If any of the enemy team are around, Casimir might drop them a right, we're off to train for the day, goodbye.
Yeah, they are. A couple of them are around. Graf kind of gives you a wave. Delorean just daggers as you move away. Malik sitting there. No sign of Fasul.
Cool, good. Let's go.
Sneaky man.
Bill, how long has Vissel been missing?
About half a day
Fast,
too.
right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm sure it's nothing.
Okay. Making your way. You go to the edge of the Reeve Mire. Atlas, could I have a Monty check? Could I have a survival check?
Oh my god, look at the kale pillow.
You can. Survival check. One sec. That is a 20, dirty 20.
30-20. Okay. So, fairly expertly, you pick up on subtle signs left by broken twigs, disturbed mud, faint footprints, as you begin to track, moving slowly through the swamp. You don't lose the trail, despite it, the swamp growing ever so deeper, thicker, murkier, and moving as slowly as you are, your hope is going to be that you catch up with them when they camp. Now, if Razor's 3-4 days away and they're traveling in one direction, you imagine they're not going to go through the night. So, could I have the rest of you roll perception checks?
Perception. -1, 18.
Oh, nat 20. Oh, baby.
20, oh baby.
Nat 20 plus my 7. Makes it 27. That's nat 20.
I rolled an 11.
Okay. Okay. Off to the side, whilst you are moving, you will kind of freeze for a second, as there's a faint, Pod, you see there's a faint rustling to the side. Some bushes.
Can I discern more than just a rustling of the bushes? Or
Did
just
that?
pick up on it?
You're not sure if it's a small animal or something else.
I guess immediately raises attention to this rustling.
Animals humping in the undergrowth.
No, I don't think so. Is it so? So this isn't just a rustling. This is a cause for alarm.
It's
may
like
not.
it seems as something has caused that to rustle, and you don't know if it's a small animal, someone laying in wait, but like it catches your attention.
Could I attempt to investigate?
Yes, of course.
What would you like?
Make an investigation check if you want to go in, or a stealth check if you're going to try to approach it. Stealthily.
I have disadvantage on stealth. I'm just gonna go with the investigation, which is a +0. That's a flat 6. I don't really get much from that.
Okay.
Maybe I pointed out someone who's slightly better at investigating.
Definitely should.
Something happened over there, but for some weird reason, I'm not very good at checking.
Hang on, move aside. I'll investigate.
Okay.
What? Am I? Yeah, happy.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, happy for you. DC's a bit higher because you failed once.
9. This is an int thing. 16.
16. Okay. Kind of, there are 2 rabbits that seem to be like digging away at the top of what seems to be like an intricately carved wooden box.
Not our friends, but a box. I'll pick it up.
Jess is laughing because I presume rabbits. I don't know why Jess is laughing.
I mean, I thought you were going to say there were
There's
two rabbits.
yeah,
fucking,
I,
but-
Yeah.
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 They-
I
they
thought
might
you
be.
were like they were just
Going at it
enjoying
like-
their 20-day marriage anniversary evening.
Mm.
So, the box.
What's up with the box?
You kind of
Speak to me.
What's in the
shake it,
box?
figure it off. It's kind of
What's in the box?
given
What's in the
how
box?
given the environment, given the dampness and moistness of the surrounding area, it is shocking that this box is quite so well preserved, and it's just got a little latch that almost seems to flick open.
Remarkably
look at
dry
that.
box.
That looks like a trap. That does.
Would you like to check it for me?
Yeah. I'm gonna take out the
Perfect.
dice. He's
The
gonna-
DM saves you from his own traps.
No. Activate the trap. No. Others looks over, guys.
Eyeball
Can't
there,
see anything.
yeah.
Hands it back to you.
All right, I'll open the box.
Inside the box, there is
Got a small box.
3 items. A necklace, seems to be intricately carved out of wood, with a small emerald inside that kind of glows with an inner light lighting it up. There is a small pouch containing some rare herbs. You will uncover them. There is a single star flower inside, which you will recognize if you make a nature check. And there is
Ooh,
a
liquid.
journal, which if you fling open, seems to recall a lot of it has gone, but there are 3 spells
Ooh.
remaining inside. There are. Where did I put the list? Yeah, it is. There inside are speak with animals, bark skin, and pass without a trace.
Mm.
For the purpose of this, they will function as scrolls. They will be used if you use them, or you can attempt to learn them.
I don't know.
The
which
necklace-
Being like, wizard.
The necklace is clearly magical,
Mm.
but they're scrolls, so you could attempt to cast them either way.
And I'll kind of check to see if I can figure out maybe what the necklace does. I don't have identifier. I think toads are identifier, but the nature was 21, and I think he'll wave it to the others and be like, "Well, I found some knickknacks, but nothing belonging to us. I think,
Yeah.
or our friends."
A starflower is a very unique herb, only able to be seen during certain months, predominantly the month of the Feywild, which you are currently in. And consuming one of its petals will allow you to have advantage on a saving throw for until the next long rest of your choice. There are 4 petals in this pouch.
So this is going to sound quite unhinged, but if we eat this flower, we'll be better protected. So I suppose everything we're
that
going to
makes
fight.
sense.
Does it? I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I don't see why that would be strange.
It's a fey flower.
Oh,
But how
good.
much of the month do we have left, Samarius?
You have about 4. No, actually, it's a bit more. I'll double check the calendar. Apologies.
Ben would know.
Ben,
Is
no,
this
no.
a save till Razor or a knock 'em back today?
Well, no. So you can only find and pick the flower during those months. This will keep.
Oh,
So you can have it as long as you like. But you have. It's the 25th today, and there are 36 days in a month. So you have 11 more
How long's
days.
the last one?
oh, sick.
36 days in a month.
Sick. Well, Casimir's already wearing his little rain poncho for the stormy season, but good. Cool. And then the necklace.
You can make an Arcana check, certainly.
That is a 9 plus 7, 16 again.
Some form of protection. You're unsure.
All right. Well, we can unravel the mysteries of this when we sit. Till then, I think we press on.
I agree.
So, based on the 2 survival checks you've had, you make fairly quick progress, although it does tick over to the twilight hours, into the evening, and you hope, I presume, based on what you can see, Atlas, you're still on the track, and you guys now have a choice. You can press on through the night for a little bit, hoping to catch up, or you can take a long rest. If you press on and you fail this next check, you may well get there. You'll just have a point of exhaustion. That's the consequence you're making. If you make a long rest, they may be further ahead of you.
I'm tired. I hate
I'm
walking.
sorry. I thought we were out here to save your friends, and you're tired.
I am tired. Well, I won't be able to save them if I'm tired, will I?
Ooh, Westing's being tired.
Dead because you're tired and you make a mistake.
Phil looks up. I mean, yes, I guess that would probably be worse. Yes.
That would be worse. We can press on if you'd like. You know.
I think we should press on.
Hmm.
If we lose track of them. I'd
Don't-
hate to think.
Rain might wash their trail away. The big one is right.
All right, let's keep going.
Quan looks slightly offended at being called the big one. But
Sorry, I didn't catch your. I might catch that and be like, sorry, I haven't caught your name.
Quan, nice to meet you.
Likewise, it's weird that we've been traveling together for a couple of hours now and we haven't introduced, but it isn't. I am Atlas.
Yes, I heard before. We
Ah.
appreciate your help.
If there are any conversations you guys want to have in character, don't let me interrupt.
Do I... Okay, so when we're walking, do we pass anyone by? Like, people walking...
You guys aren't following like a
Yeah.
beaten path or a road. You are making your way through the outreaches of the swamp.
So we haven't seen anyone?
No one.
Okay. From the party's reactions, do I get any sense of, like, whether, like, a Goliath is a kind of fairly common thing, or...
Well,
Do I not get any-
If the rest of you want to make history checks on Goliaths, you know anything about the world?
Because I've nerded out on the Stormlands, can I have advantage?
Yes.
Sick. History.
That's a flat 7. Pod notices nothing strange about this guy.
21.
21. Yeah, Casimir, you know a fair bit about the Galfeather Enclave, the history of the Stormlands. You know that the Aarakocra and the Goliaths are kind of the natural original inhabitants of the Stormland. You know that the Galfeather Enclave was basically made up of both Aarakocra, who were kind of in charge, but worked and had a symbiotic relationship with Goliaths. It was, by all accounts, a fairly harmonious mixture of races. And you know that the reason there are significantly less than them is the reason there are significantly less Aarakocra, which is that when the giants lost to the dragons and were expunged from the first half, they made their home here, and the Galfeather Enclave lost the war. So you know that the tribes and members of both the Aarakocra and the Goliaths who remain are still allies to this day, but they are severely reduced in numbers and power and influence. It is not
Goliaths?
unusual to find one in the Stormlands.
Are Goliaths related to giants?
No,
Okay. Alright.
not in this world.
Alright, yeah, so yeah, I mean, I guess Casimir would not have looked surprised at all to be travelling with a Goliath here.
There
As
is-
we are traveling, though, every so often I will have a bit of fur slip, revealing kind of either like an injury or maybe something poking out of my skin before quickly pulling it up.
Like a fresh injury? Like, is there blood, or...
No, old.
Okay. But we get the sense that this is not something that Atlas wants to share with us.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Quan doesn't say anything if it looks like he's trying to hide it.
Quan, could you make a wisdom saving throw for me?
Ugh,
Not related to this, just separately.
okay. I need to check my wisdom.
Also, I just get hammered by so many saving throws. Maybe we
Look.
should disable the leaves for you.
Disable the leaves.
Disable the leaves. The little saving throw flower we just found. Just give them all to Quan.
Oh,
Munch the entire flower.
sorry, just bear with me. That's an 18.
18. I'll message you.
Can you though?
Yeah, I've got the thing up.
But how? What mysteries is he sending?
So,
Intriguing.
are you pressing on? And are you
I think
talking
so.
anymore as a group? Before I interrupt you.
I mean, I'd like to talk a little bit. I just, you've said you're here to kill Razor, but you haven't really said why. I'm curious why you're in Stormlands in the first place.
Power, glory, money.
We are
Yeah,
here
we were
to
getting
free the
paid to do
Stormlands from
this.
Razor.
Sorry, I don't think I've been introduced to that one either.
Oh, sorry. My mistake. I am Ilara of House Lumina.
But
Oh, Lara, we brought you with us.
Wait, you did, yeah. I've got a backpack on.
No, I know. This is Cal just being like, oh, I forgot.
I don't suppose I'd recognise her saying her house name, would I?
No, actually, probably not.
Right, fair enough. Well, you look positively beaming to be out here.
Yes, I'm so glad that we are doing good together.
She's our leader.
Ah, she's your leader.
Mm.
So she is the strongest of all of you then, I see.
No, leaders do not need to be strong.
They do, Ilara.
Not always.
They need to be strong in many, many
They need to be
capacities.
trusted. They need to be wise. They need to be knowledgeable. But strong does not dictate it, really.
All of these things are strength.
If you climb to the top just by punching down, eventually someone will punch you.
No, I quite agree. I just think strength manifests in many different forms.
Of course. There are very strong, wise individuals who are weak of body.
Casimir kind of like, you can see the thought flash in his head that's like, yep, I'm one of them.
I don't think people's worth is described by arms alone. It is consensus by which we rule.
That seems very inefficient.
What is efficiency the point?
Ilara, if you have to get everyone's opinion on a matter, you'll never get anything done. You'll be arguing about it for weeks. Just have one person call the shots who knows what they're talking about. Good, done.
It's impossible for one person to know about everything.
No, it isn't.
Listen to you. You don't know about everything, Casimir.
I didn't volunteer myself, but if you'd like to volunteer me for the position, then
If you can prove to me
Maybe I
that you know everything about everything,
I don't know everything about everything, but I will one day.
well, when you do,
I'll be close to it.
I look forward to understanding everything from you.
Well, you won't be able to. You won't have the capacity to understand everything from me.
Casimir, you say you're quite knowledgeable. Do you know anything about blood magic?
Where has that question come from?
Well, you said you knew a lot about a lot. And if you're here for Razor, then I presume you have some knowledge of her foul rituals.
What do you know about Razor's rituals? Because this might be very helpful, and I'm glad we're having this discussion.
Well, what do I know? I'm fairly knowledgeable of a couple of individuals who assist Razor, who partake in blood magic particularly. Well, then, they are indeed
Twins?
elves, two of them. Twins, yes. You seem to know of them also.
I've seen them, but I know little of them, so please enlighten us.
I generally tend to keep my distance and gain as much information as I can. All I know is that they are the individuals practicing blood magic for the most part.
Mm-hmm. And you've seen them do it?
Yes. I did see an individual, agent of Savarus, was purged, blasted with blood magic, and their body disintegrated.
An agent of Savarus was blasted by blood magic and disintegrated.
Yes.
It's a good job Mercy isn't here to hear that. Oh dear.
They'd probably just say it was their fate.
True. Is blood magic fated, or is that an aberrant action?
Sorry, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I follow.
No, don't you worry about it. That was more wondering aloud, but... So, you've seen her do it, what, to the people of the local town?
I haven't seen of the local town. The only time I was able to observe it was on this agent.
When was that?
DM, when was that?
When you saw it, probably about a year and a half ago.
Year and a half ago.
That feels surprising to us, right? That she's been doing that for this long?
Razor's been operating for a while. You guys have only been put together. So, in your briefing, you would know that Razor's been working around the Stormlands, has been gathering support for about 3 to 4 years, it's estimated. Basically, the Bulwark thought that the army could handle it, then thought that it wasn't going to be that much of an issue, and then finally decided to put the call out for you guys to help. You guys are kind of like a last resort strike team. They've clearly tried to handle it multiple ways themselves before this.
Mm-hmm. And the ritual we saw was 2 weeks ago? No,
Yes.
2 months.
There's
There's a 2 in there somewhere.
Yeah, 2 weeks. No, sorry, 2 months. You're correct. Yeah, 2 months. So Razor's clearly been doing this for a long time. Although the ritual you saw wasn't blasting somebody, it was extracting their life essence.
Right, yeah, okay.
Could we infer that the blasting may have been a result of stored life essence gathering? Or...
Well, that would depend what you ask Atlas. Or maybe an Arcana check.
Was that more us? I can't. Someone remind me. Was that us talking out of character when we were talking about the potential of gathering energy, or was it something we were talking about in character?
I think that would have been an in-character discussion.
Yeah.
So we know she's storing power, but also unleashing it upon her enemies.
I'm starting to think she's not very nice.
I will
Oh,
say
thank
that
you.
for those of you with any experience of blood magic, or just magic in general, using blood magic to kill a single person, it's fairly wasteful. There's multiple ways to kill someone with magic. Why would you specifically blast them with blood magic is like a question that probably pops into the more curious amongst you's head.
I feel like Casimir voices the question out
That's a
loud.
Casimir question. That's
He feels
definitely
like a
Casimir
prime
question.
candidate. There are so many ways to murder someone with magic. Why go to all the effort of blood magic just to kill one agent of Savarus?
Maybe she has a thing against people who follow that god. They've always confused me, but not to the point of killing them.
Maybe. I wonder if it rends the soul in any particular way. There must be more to it than just killing someone.
That's a shame. I bet Mercy would know.
Mercy probably would know. She'll have to ask them when we save them.
We'll have to find them.
It could have also been to send a message. Razor is particularly extravagant in her applications of cruelty.
Quite low key with us. She just told us to go away.
She told you you've interacted with Razor, and she let you
Yeah.
leave.
Yeah, she sort of said just leave and no, we won't come to blows. And obviously we've declined her offer.
Although we did technically accept it at the time, we were a bit outnumbered.
We did, yes.
I must say, to make it away from Razor, you must be getting old or soft. With not barely a scratch on you, unthinkable to get away from her.
Oh, we're very powerful. That's why we're here.
I used to think our entire organization was very powerful. Tribe was very powerful. Alas.
Maybe it wasn't.
Maybe not.
It's not very nice to say, Kismet. You shouldn't say stuff like that.
Why? It's factual.
But effect doesn't mean nice, you know?
I'm sure they were very powerful, and it is indeed Razor's just gotten soft in her old age of 50-something.
If she let you go, she was a lot kinder to you than she was to my people. So
Honestly, she just wanted to wax lyrical about her dead wife.
she's always on about her dead wife.
Dead
She needs to
fucking
get over.
wife.
She needs to get over it already.
Everyone has a fucking dead wife or dead husband or something.
Oh, actually, I have never been married, so I don't have any dead in here.
Well, no,
I do
nor
have
do
some
I.
dead relatives, though.
Right.
None that I
everyone
would
has-
want to avenge.
And you don't see you going on a maniacal, destructive rampage over a land because you have dead relatives, Pod.
Now that you mention it, it does seem a little bit extreme, yes. My uncle Derek did get very drunk after his dad died, though. He broke his front door.
Derek, Korrin.
Should we
Well,
press on through the night then?
I think that was the plan.
Yes, I will be operating at slightly reduced capacity, given I was, doing things with the innkeeper's memories and what have you, but
Would you like me to carry you?
if carrying will restore my magical abilities.
I'm fucking
No,
putting a
well,
fucking
yeah,
stop to that right now.
Restore 22-second level spell slots.
No, because you're gonna. If you find them, you're gonna find them middle of the way through the night, not after 8 hours of long resting. So,
No,
could I have
think-
survival check from someone of your choice? It can be Atlas, it can be somebody else. Up to all of you.
I can do it. I'm
let me check
pretty
this.
good.
Yeah, you don't want me to take this one, Chiefs.
I hope you're all ready for the puzzle. I mean, what?
Let's put that- I know why.
I have a.
I
I
will
know
say
what's
that
going on.
I
I
will
have a
say
plus
that
5 to start.
in all of this, the necklace you found at some point, you would have ritual casted on it. It gives you advantage on saving throws against spells that deal necrotic damage.
Is attunement?
It is attunement, yes.
You say it's wooden
yes.
with an emerald.
Yes.
Ah, on brand.
Yeah, but the wood isn't. I think you'd look at it for a long while. and
21
turn-
survival.
You succeed. Casimir, what are you doing with the necklace?
I think you'd turn to Pod and just say, "It'll be no good if our healer dies. Take this."
Oh, thank you.
I would say during this time, Pod, you gain a druidic talisman. It is homebrew, so don't try to look it up. But you have advantage on any spell that would, if it's a saving throw, you have advantage on it. If it would just deal necrotic damage, you can't stop it. You take half damage.
Okay.
So, excellent. On the way, Atlas, you tread forward, and this group, even though you've just met them, moves surprisingly quickly through this one. Ilara's enthusiasm, the rest continuing to put up thing, you gain on them, and you begin to conceptualize maybe where they've gone. Where if you were them, where would you camp? And you know that few people, unfortunately, know this swamp and its hidden places as well as Razor's troop. Maybe perhaps you're one of the few left who do. And so you go to an old ruin. an ancient Aarakocra temple to Talos that you remember.
I spit on my way in.
The main entrance to the temple, as you all approach. Sorry, do a description first. Temple now in ruins. There's a small rise. A relic from a bygone era. Architecture is unlike commonly seen in human settlements. The walls and spires designed to emulate the look of wings and feathers, giving the impression the build itself might take flight once, long ago. But now it is destitute, in ruins. Part of it smashed along the floor, the swamp slowly reclaiming the stone and wood made of it. Large stone pillars carved to once resemble Aarakocra stand guard at what was once a grand entrance, now has partially collapsed. However, what is left of the entrance, a large ornate door, has no visible handles or locks. Instead, there are 4 large stone chimes hanging from the top of the door frame, each producing a different tone when you strike one of them. On the door itself, there's a series of carvings depicting Aarakocra in various poses, each seemingly dancing or moving with the wind. This is where the trail stops, and you see it head inside.
Trail ends here, boys, and leader Alara.
Well, thank you. What do we think?
I think it's quite an impressive edifice. Or was.
Temple to not a so good god, if you ask me.
Which god, sorry?
Talos, leader of the Tempest Grasp, one of the member of the Primordial Pantheon.
Is that like a popular opinion, or would that be like...
Hot take.
Not a hot take. Talos is rarely worshipped outside of the actually, yeah, Talos is rarely worshipped outside of his particular preserve. It's interesting. It might be something Casimir wants to ask about, but you know,
So
lots
the
of people
fact
don't
that
like
somebody
gods for
from-
lots of reasons.
Yeah, someone from this preserve isn't okay with him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What did Talos do to you, or not do for you?
I mean, a few things. I mean, for the most part, and I'll kind of motion at my shoulder. He wasn't the one who gifted me with this, with the little bronze dragon on my shoulder. That was Bahamut. Bahamut has been very kind to me in these last few years, I suppose. In terms of what Talos has done to me. When the giants came to the Stormlands and devastated much of our tribes and families,
Did I lose everyone? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Was that
I
Discord?
think we lost Discord for like 3 seconds. I heard tribes and families, and then it all went dark.
same.
Right, well, we're out. Story time.
When the giants came north to the Stormlands, Talos abandoned us of the Enclave for the giants, favoring them instead. We gained no aid from him as they slaughtered a lot of us.
Ah. So precious and fickle are the gods.
Even my gifts from Bahamut, I don't take for granted. They are a gift to keep on striving, and I understand that they may be ripped away at any point.
Such is the nature of entreating with the divine, I fear.
I suppose I intrigued with the divine and it more entreated with me. Regardless, we have some tracking to do.
We do. So we have an ancient temple to Talos. Presumably they're holed up in here somewhere.
A lot of temples like these would have hidden entryways, or so I heard, based on the sound of the wind, which I presume is these chimes.
Hmm.
But I've only heard hearsay. I've never actually been inside a temple before. I've never been inside a temple while I was alive.
While you were alive.
While you were alive.
Yes.
And you're not alive now?
Well, I would hardly call this a standing structure.
Wait, so what you said, you haven't been inside a temple while you were alive?
Yeah.
As a cleric, can I suddenly notice that this...
Yeah, make another religion check.
Yeah, as a necromancer, am I suddenly like, wait, hang on.
Yeah, make a religion check.
Oh, well,
A what check?
Well, you can make a Arcana check now. You can make a religion check.
apparently I'm stupid as hell. I roll a 6.
Arcana? 20. 30, 20.
Just dumb. Simply too dumb.
Like you're both immediately on guard. Casimir, you're looking for signs of undeath. You don't notice any of them? Really? Just except if this person is undead, they very much mimic your particular style in the sense that this is the whole person returning, but there's no evidence. Eski, you're unsure. Sorry, Pod, you're unsure. You obviously are immediately affronted and curious about what's going on, but you don't know yourself.
Yeah, Potter's like, so you're dead. So you're undead.
I suppose, in a sense, I am.
In what sense? Casimir like steps in for the first time. Maybe he's looking at you genuinely interested. Like his eyes are wide, and he's like just like getting up into your personal space and like peering into like your eye.
Oh.
I just really, you're undead. You're so cool.
Well,
Yeah, and you don't smell, which is strange.
it's. I wouldn't exactly call it undeath. More that I've avoided dying. I suppose at this point I'll kind of pull some of my armor down and show several mortal wounds. Large kind of slashes and punctures through my ribs, as well as some arrows still embedded into kind of my abdomen. It's typically why I don't go into town too much. They saw my wounds a couple of times and it unnerves them. And it ties into this little lass here. I've been returned back to myself, courtesy of Bahamut, and I shall not rest until Razor is dead.
With that, this makes a lot more sense to you. I'd say this is something, Eski, you are, Pod, you are more aware of. This is a different type of undeath than what most came with. This is returning again and again after death with seemingly no intervention is more of a divine thing. It's something that you're kind of more is you're still wary of. You believe it is still unnatural and something to be avoided, but at least there is an end goal and a purpose here. Or at least the god has an end goal and purpose. Casimir, this is perhaps something you may not have encountered in this more kind of deep religious texts. I'll let you roll a religion check to find out. You Pod would know this is a revenant.
He's a 10.
No,
So
Casimir,
you're
you don't
not
know.
undead. You're a revenant.
Revenant.
Yes, that's the proper term for it, I suppose.
Heard
Why
of
is-
your kind before.
Why do I not know about this? I mean, you've certainly died and you've been returned. I mean, are you... He's gonna... do we see like does he breathe? Is there like a pulse?
Oh, the pulse is very slow. Ba-dum. About 20 seconds go by. Ba-dum. There is a heartbeat. There is a breath.
I don't necessarily need to breathe, but I enjoy doing it.
Pod, you know that often these creatures have a purpose, a reason to exist, and when that is succeeded, they no longer need to exist.
So that is why you hunt Razor.
I hunt Razor for a lot of reasons. I do wish for it to be over. Unfortunately, the pain isn't something that's dulled by coming back.
Well, you'll be
Oh.
glad to know that once you kill Razor, you'll probably die too.
I do hope so.
You want to die? You could just not kill Razor. You could just get on a ship and just head off.
Oh, no. Don't do that. It's a terrible idea.
Fine, you could stick around. You could
At that concept, at the possibility, even fleeting, Atlas, there's like a ringing in your head as if a dragon has roared in defiance on a far, far away.
Yes, the mere thought of leaving does not function with my existence. I am me, Atlas. I am gone. I am here only as a monument to Razor's sins. And to that end, I must kill her and then become one with the ground again.
It's like mine. When I raise them, I give them specific edicts and they can't go against it. But in this case, a god is what's controlling you.
Sounds similar.
As if gives me you're not a god.
I was about to say. I mean, again, if you're going to call me out for it, I'll take it.
Well, I heard gods don't bleed. Do you bleed?
More than I'd like to. Gods bleed. Of course they bleed.
I've never tried.
To bleed.
It's only... This is interesting, because most necromancy is raising skeletons and brainless aberrations. I've not really encountered anyone able to raise things with personality, with will.
We are
So
referring
do.
to a god here. I
I know.
imagine their powers is slightly outside of your scope of understanding.
Well, it's more the question why I can do it if this is something that the gods do. And obviously I'm not saying I am a god, I'm a worm in comparison, and I'll admit that freely, but this is the closest I found to what I do. So I suppose I'm just curious and surprised. I never thought it might be divine.
You
Quan, are you there?
Yes, I am.
You can't help but laugh at the idea of Casimir Divine. Something deep in the back of your head tickles you.
That's
So,
pretty...
Casimir, your powers are channeled through a divine source.
No, they're not at all.
That you know of.
They're just not. Surely I would know. I would know if there was a divine source.
Casimir, religion
Oh.
check.
That's a natural 20.
Natural 20.
Ooh.
That's a spicy one.
You've reached out. You've beseeched various gods for various
Oh,
reasons, for
wow.
understanding, for anger, for control, for power. They've all rejected you. Some outwardly, directly, some by ambivalence.
You doubted me on the stream like that. It's not divine. I know that for a fact.
It could be divine. It's all you. It's always been you. You've known that since you were a boy.
It's not. Anyway, I can't believe I'm saying this. Enough about me. Let's save our friends.
Well, yes, like I said, the secret passageway, the chimes. Not seen them before, and I wouldn't really know how they work. Never been one for puzzle solving, anyway.
Well, that's great, because someone can roll some investigation checks if they want to check out the puzzle to open the door.
Wow!
Wow!
I think the insightful among you, by the way, there's probably a bit of a shift in how happy Casimir looks. He probably looks like maybe a dejected, lonely little child for a little while.
My, oh my.
Doors? What are we rolling? What do we have?
Well, it's just if you're investigating perception, whatever you want to
Yeah, I'll investigate some
bribe
shit.
me with.
Do I have investigation is I do have proficiency in it. It is 12. No, 14.
Investigation.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Rolling anything?
Could I assist Casimir to help them roll again, maybe with advantage?
Yeah, sure.
Right. Let's roll the other d20. That's better. That's 19.
Yeah, Casimir. The Arakocra carvings, as you look at it, very clearly arranged in some kind of sequence. The dance almost seems to indicate flow between them. And you manage to piece together these chimes need to get struck in order. And with a simple flick of a twig, just 1, 2, 3, 4, the door slides to one side. And a kind of like a gust of air, not too dampened dust, this has clearly been opened recently, hits you all as the stairs lead into this temple. And, based on the time, we shall take a quick break as you will get ready for the dungeon part of Dungeons and Dragons. As Razor's various compatriots that have captured Mercy and Toad have camped here. And maybe, if you're quick enough to make your way through the ancient temple, you can catch them unawares and asleep. Thanks everyone for watching. Hello, hello. We are back. Hi everyone.
Hello.
We're
Hi.
doing good. So, the group have met Atlas, a revenant Goliath, who seemingly has a grudge to bear against one Razor, who has informed them that saw both Mercy and Toad being carried off, and has helped them get to an ancient Arakocra temple to Talos, the lord of the Tempest Grasp, the elemental plane of air, the elemental plane of air, and one of the primordial pantheon. It is here where the Arakocra enclave, once presumably worshipped, and where the people who have kidnapped Toad and Mercy have chosen to rest, where you have caught up to them. Based on your survival checks, you haven't got points of exhaustion. You have a few extra trinkets for your travels and good rolls along the way. And as the door swings open, as I said, a gust of air pulses out, and you step to a grand foyer. High ceilings, lost in shadows. Architecture, combination of stonework, delicate carvings, many paying homage to the sky, the creatures that soar through it. Faded murals depict Arakocra in flight, Goliaths fighting great battles, raising great structures, communing with the elements. The air is heavy, with a sense of solemn reverence, however, also of tragedy, of long-lost glory. Several corridors branch off from the central chamber, leading deeper into the temple. The passage of time is evident. Some have crumbled, roots from the swamp outside have begun to interlude. Yet it cannot be denied that the overall majesty of the temple still stands resilient. In front of you, There are 6 corridors.
Are there any mud tracks or indications showing that any of them have been recently trodden?
Survival check.
Or roll survival? Find the right tab. Here we go.
Can I assist for advantage?
You may.
There you go.
21.
21. Here, perhaps slightly mysteriously, despite your keen eyes, the trail stops.
No trail, no mud, no marks, no boot scuffs. As if they grew wings and flew off. No scent either.
I wonder if perhaps this scroll earlier passed without a trace. I can't use it, it's not my school of magic, but perhaps one of you can. I wonder if they might have done something similar, magically concealed their route forward.
Potentially.
Can you cast magic? Is that your...
I can cast some magic. And so I will use, instead of magic, I will use my ranger ability, primeval awareness, just to see if there are any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fey fiend, or undead within a mile radius of us.
Yeah. On the 4th of the 6 corridors, there are celestials. 2 of them.
Okay. So leading down that way, I point to the 4th corridor. There are a pair of celestials. I don't suppose your friends were divinely inclined.
No, they weren't.
Hmm.
You saw them being carried away by a dragonborn, an elf, and 3 humans.
Yes. It would appear to be humans. They could have been
Could have been
anything else.
Yeah.
And I suppose that's as much as I can do outside of conventional tracking. It's if they're concealing by magic, then I don't suppose they have had an object on them that you could describe to me.
Surely they did. Would we be able to No, I have keen mind. Of course, I can can describe anything. I'll describe Mercy's talisman of Savras. It's like a sort of metal circle, and he'll with prestidigitation you can do a little token, right? So if you do this is a miniature version. It's red strings crossing in this pattern around a metal circle. The weave is what it's meant to be.
Make a religion check.
Just yeah. It also might not work because it has to be an object that's familiar to me. But I can make a religion check. Which I am not very good at. 11.
No. I mean, you know of Savras, but nothing about this token triggers anything within you. I will say with keen mind and sufficient, I'll let you have whatever the step down from an object keenly aware. Is this locate person, right?
Locate object. I don't have locate person.
Locate objects. Right. There's no degrees of this, is there?
Not really.
Yeah, I'll let you have it though.
Okay.
It is within 1,000 feet of you, so about 500 feet roughly downwards.
100 feet down. So I have good news and bad news. Good news. I can sense that there's another similar talisman nearby.
Good.
Bad news. It's 500 feet down.
500 feet down. A long way. All right.
Quite a long way. Maybe one of these hallways goes down.
Surely. Well, since we have no better place to start, perhaps we start with the Celestials.
I suppose, yeah. It's can't hurt.
Just for good measure, I'm going to summon Mateus. So you'll kind of watch Atlas and the others will be familiar with this kind of green spirit energy sort of detach itself from Casimir through his eyes, kind of through his mouth, and sort of like exit him and form into a person in front of him and coalesce into the shape of a spectral paladin.
Oh, that is eerie to see it happen to someone else.
It's a good party trick. Come on then, Mateus, you can lead the way.
Rolls his eyes. Begins walking in the direction you've assigned him. You guys walk a little bit further. You walk a little bit further and you make your way to a chamber. A little bit further down that opens up. It is a room, a vaulted chamber, high ceilings, but again, a floor that seems to drop away into nothingness. And there's a single pathway leading towards a central structure that looks to be a nest. Except this nest, there's like beams of light penetrating through the sky. There's in this case moonlight, kind of giving the room a very ethereal quality. At the center of it, there's a magnificent structure twinkling, resembling a bird's nest, a grand scale, crafted of gold, adorned with precious stones that glimmer in the natural light, kind of creating like a disco ball effect. There is one small path leading to and from it, either side of this chasm. You look down, you can't see the floor. However, your primeval sense, there are 4 statues here. Large Arakocra warriors positioned around the nest. Stone carvings. But each of them, to you, Atlas, resonating as celestial beings.
I will turn to the party and say those statues are not what they seem. They give off celestial nature.
I see. And this chasm, 500 feet, I wonder.
So we found our celestial.
Yeah, is that like a rock or stone I can just chuck into the chasm?
Yeah.
Okay, he does this and he begins to count. He says, well, objects accelerate at 9.8 meters per second. Actually, do they in this world, DM?
Oh shit, gravity's different. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah.
Yeah, they do?
Yeah.
Okay, so he begins to count. 500 feet is 152 meters, so roughly 15 seconds. So he'll count his 15 seconds. How is it more? Less?
You'd recommend it's probably about 150 feet down.
150 feet. This isn't our 500 feet down, so I'd recommend not jumping in.
I was going to try.
No, just we wanted a fast way down. We could try to scale the size, but no, I don't think this is where our friends are camped.
Looking around, so there's a nest in the middle and then a chasm, and then on the other side of the chasm there's 4 statues.
No, the 4 statues are positioned around the nest.
Around
so
the
2
nest,
either
okay.
side of it.
Interesting. Okay.
Again, the nest, beautiful.
And what's on the other side? Sorry, there's a path going to and from this nest.
So there's just another passageway. It continues. You see stairs leading downwards.
Mm-hmm. And the statues are looking at the nest?
So the 2 towards you, facing towards you. The 2 on the other side, facing away from you, guarding the nest from either side.
And where are these moonbeams going?
The moonbeams are just coming in from the sky, like up on the roof.
Are they not like directed?
No.
Mirrored thing, right?
Fuck it. I'm gonna shout out, hello. You haven't seen a dragonborn come through here with two individuals, have you? Just out into the room.
Both of the statues on your side kind of swivel, turning. You hear stone grinding, and they just
Oh.
turn and stare at you. No response.
Huh. Well, they answered.
They're listening.
What do we say?
See, now you need to play a game of chess. No, no,
Wait, no, why
Not me.
not
Yeah.
Hermione.
I'd like to ritual cast detect magic while we're figuring this one out.
Yeah.
And I just want to see if like that path is real. Is it illusion? Like, what we saying?
Yeah. Path's real. Everything in this room is real, and the Aarakocra are heavy abjuration magic.
Abjuration magic.
Oh.
That's like protective stuff, right?
Yeah, and binding. Like planar binding, perhaps.
Right.
You know, just yeah.
And the nest, is the nest magical or just
Nest is all real. Gold, jewels.
So-
Maybe.
statues? We are looking for friends. Did anyone pass by here? Swivel around once, if yes.
There is no response from the statues.
Maybe one always lies and one always tells the truth.
Swivel around once if you understood and acquiesce my request.
There is no response from the planar guardian statues.
They don't seem very communicative, I must say.
Well, they seem to be guarding whatever that nest is. Maybe we just go around.
You have to
Yeah.
go through.
Oh, we have to go through.
Or what? That's sorry. If you choose to continue down this corridor, you have to go through. You could try the others.
Put a pin in this one, perhaps. I mean, I could send Mateus down, and if he gets ground to dust by celestial statues, then I won't lose sleep on it.
I mean, if he's expendable.
He's very
Mateus,
expendable.
Casimir's telling me you're expendable.
You can answer.
Then
are you?
why does he keep dragging me around?
Maybe he gets some sort of sick satisfaction out of it.
Yes, that probably is right.
Since I'm here and can answer for myself, it's more that you're repeatedly expendable.
Does that make me more? Whatever. What do you want?
Walk across
Fine.
and through.
As Mateus walks, both the guardians kind of sheath the scythe, lay out one across and block his path. And you see him pause for a second, turns around, looks at you. They've asked me to state my intentions.
Oh.
Oh. What are our intentions? Not to steal the things.
To find our friends?
It's to find our friends. We just want to get through the room to find our friends.
Okay. He said that he turns around to get through the room and find our friends. And could you make a performance check for Mateus?
Oh, goodness gracious me. Yeah. Okay. I think he's got a -2 on this one. It's a 13.
worst.
How much health does Mateus have?
I've not rolled it. That's fine. 10. HP.
Okay, you see as they both kind of raise their swords up, slash through. Mateus is cut into 4 pieces.
Oh,
Terrible.
maybe you're right, Casimir, and we put a pin in this one.
Let's do that.
Is he gone forever?
Unfortunately, not.
Oh,
Well, next.
Oh, that's. Arvis is
Right,
like,
yeah.
that's weird.
what's weird? Oh,
Ah.
hello, red man. I
Not
didn't
you,
see you
red
there.
Oh, yeah, that's what I do. I'm pretty good at that.
What's weird?
Just, hanging out with the undead. I don't like it.
I don't like
Oh.
it either. Not no offense. It's just an affront to my god.
None taken.
Mateus just died for you, and you're saying you didn't like hanging out with him.
He was already dead.
Okay.
Do you really
I'd
think
say
that?
I'd say I knew him well, but I didn't really know him at all, actually.
Who is that?
Pain in the arse. And he walks back down the corridor, I guess, from whence we came.
So,
That-
Pod, who you?
Sorry, go on. Go on.
I was
God
just saying, an affront to your god. Who do you follow?
Oh, kill him for.
I'm aware of him. Hope you're not too upset by me in your presence. I
Well,
hope you understand.
if you were truly undead, it would be pretty upsetting, but a revenant is slightly different.
Hmm.
Generally means you were brought back by a higher being.
So, Arvis walks up to Pod and goes, "This is all rather. I don't know. Why are you guys summoning the dead?"
Yeah, we do seem to do a lot in this particular group. This is one of our favourite pastimes, apparently.
Arvis kind of shakes his head. It's not animal. Not animal. Just kind of walks off a little bit.
I agree.
Alright, well, who wants to pick a number between 1 and 6?
You've been down 4.
Don't, not 4.
Go on, Pod.
Why don't we start at 1?
A fine number.
Very well. Do any of you speak, what is the Aarakocra language? Avian?
Avian, yeah, something like that. Funnily enough, no. No, I do not.
No. I mean, like I said, it needed to make sense in the purpose of this.
Or we
There
don't
is
speak-
a large carving of letters outside this corridor, which perhaps would be great to know. And instead, you guys are just left with a long stone carved corridor. Sorry. Surprisingly empty, given when you went down before.
Hmm.
It's a long narrow hallways. There are carvings on the side as it's been throughout. However, as you step in, as you get a bit further, those of you with keener sense of hearing hear the occasional whoosh, whoosh, either side of wind. And then you look to the side, and whilst it looks bare at floor, there are grates and openings that seem to be opening and shutting, letting in powerful gusts of wind from the outside. Looking at the floor, some of them are slightly raised. It's very dimly lit here. I don't know how many of you have dark vision, but if not, you
I
might have disadvantage on some checks.
I actually don't. That's
I
very upsetting.
don't.
I'm so used to having it. And all of a sudden, I don't know what to do.
You guys don't have it.
No.
Whoa.
sad you didn't need the battle map for earlier, so now you're getting traps. I mean, what? He said. So, this is a room. I will say the first person who walks in here, whoever it is, whoever's walking first, let's say Alara, happily bounds in, steps on a pressure plate, whoosh, immediately gets pushed back by a gust of wind and lands on the floor. Ow!
Alright,
Ouch.
fearless leader.
Yep, fine.
You
Kind of
okay?
jumps back up.
Does she look like she's taken any impact on a scale of 1 to 20 something?
Yeah,
wherever
looks like she
she's
took
at?
about 2 points.
Did you encounter anything that did that?
But when I sit down, the tile moved slightly, so clearly there are traps.
Arvis, this is your thing.
I'm not actually feeling too great.
You're not feeling too great.
Oh, no. Yeah.
You're not feeling too great.
Yeah.
We've entered an ancient temple to rescue our friends from certain death, and you've decided you're not feeling too great, so you won't be participating or lending any useful assistance?
Yeah, I ate something has upset my stomach a little bit.
You want to go back to Rito?
Oh, no. I'll be here, just... I can't really go first.
Can you go last, second, in the middle? Where can you go?
Yeah, second from the middle's good, yeah.
Great to know.
Okay, I will use my last second level spell slot to cast Find Traps.
So yeah, there's a lot of pressure sensitive tiles across this. However, some tiles are safe to step on. I'll put it that way. You know which ones are safe or not.
Okay. There's no like horrible glyphs of warding in here that would ping this as well, is there?
No.
I probably started detect magic running, so I'll spot stuff.
There's no magic in this room.
Okay. Right, well, tread carefully and follow my footsteps. There's some cutting wind traps as your leader found out seconds ago.
Yes, we wouldn't want Arvis to fall foul of it.
I can handle myself, alright. I'm just,
Just not first,
quite
yes.
with it. Okay.
So, sorry,
Been a
what
rough
do you...
couple of days.
Yeah, no, sorry, what do you do? What do you do? Why do you... Are you the party pet?
So that's
Having
offensive.
a laugh.
Not anyone's fucking pet. Alright.
No, of course, sorry. I didn't mean to cause offense.
What are you? Huh?
Me? I'm a goliath, or...
You fucking prick is what you are.
Now that's awful. Even I find that offensive.
Now,
It's not been that bad a
Arvis,
few
it's,
days, Arvis. We've had a good time. We've been camping through the reed marsh.
yeah, obviously, you don't have to be
Casimir,
so rude,
actually,
it's
I
fine.
should have mentioned. Arvis is covered in magic.
Oh.
No.
Is he an illusion?
What kind of magic?
Transmutation.
Transmutation. Right, so I've detect magic around Arvis before. Is this new?
This is
thing?
new. This is very new.
Hang on. We've not started down the hallway, right?
No. I'll say this has happened before, and I should have mentioned it. Sorry.
Arvis,
Yeah.
what have we been doing the last few days? What's been so tough about it? Really? Tell me.
Oh well, we met Razor, and then we rescued Alara, came to read home, and it's just been a lot,
Can I insight check this?
Yeah. go
Yeah.
for it.
I mean, it has been a lot. He's not like
Natural 20.
Oh my god.
The accent slightly off, the inclinations off. It doesn't he's thinking too
Oh,
much.
Are you from North or South?
South.
Come on, get him.
No, this is a stitch up.
Why, Arbus, are you emanating transmutation magic at every pore? Almost as though you've changed shape. Have you changed the color of your coat?
Do I do that? Yeah,
You
yeah, yeah,
don't.
yeah. Yeah, I do, yeah, yeah.
You don't do that.
I cast this on myself, I smell.
Look, I think it's fair to say the jig's up.
No.
No? No, it's not up. Jig is up.
Yeah, there's no jig. No, no, no. I don't do
There's
that.
no jig. Right.
Yeah.
Great.
I'm confused. Are we killing the rat man?
No, 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 no,
I just, Ilara, you're the leader, so maybe you can tell me how to proceed here, but it's quite evident to me that this is not Arvis or Archibald. So
Wait,
he seems to insist that the jig
What?
is not up. I think it's rather is.
Wait, he's not ours?
No, it's transmuted.
I am others, no.
Then you like his brother or something?
After we rescued Ilara, we met someone in the swamp. What was it?
A dragon.
Yes, of course. Oh, do you remember the dragon we met in the swamp?
I actually don't remember the dragon.
No,
Was
I
not
don't
paying
remember.
attention?
No, I don't remember the dragon either because we didn't meet one.
I know. I met him. I met him. I was on my own.
You met-
I was separate. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I'm gonna wheel round to Alara and be like, "Are we executing him or?"
I know. It's possible. Who are you? Clearly, you're not Arvis. Kind of hangs his head in shame. Looks a bit sad. I'm Arvis. I promise.
Very good at this. Look,
And I kind of strands forward and dispels magic and reveals Groodle.
Noodle.
Hi.
You're
I'm-
going to have to explain a few things, my friend. He's
Yeah,
gonna
I'm a
like.
little confused.
He's gonna
First of all-
crouch down.
Hey,
Keep
Groodle,
going.
how you doing?
Hey, it's good to see you all. Oh
They
man,
don't ask him how he is. He's in
this
the
craziest thing just happened. I don't know where I am. Going on, Pod, you know what I mean, right?
Oh. I mean, I'm a little curious as to, what's going on as well.
So am I. So confused. No idea. Please don't
I'm
kill me.
also confused.
Groodle's, I probably know. Well, sorry, Matt probably knows, but not Groodle. Groodle's like a halfling. Got like a guitar string over the back. Looks a bit pathetic. Not Arvis at all, even slightly.
Oh.
Groodle, were you pretending to be ours?
I wouldn't. Do you think I'd do that?
I mean, it does very much look like that's what you were doing. I mean,
It's quite evident that that's what you were doing. Is this an independent decision of yours? Where is Arvis?
Did someone put you up to this?
Oh, there's a lot of questions.
Take it one by one then. Where is Arvis?
I don't know.
You really not know? I can start getting feisty with detect thoughts.
I really don't know.
You really don't know.
Yep, I really don't know.
Insight.
I would also like to inside check
so well on
this.
this. It's an 18.
18. I'll roll for Groodle.
Yeah, it's a 12.
A sad roll for Groodle. And he, at this point, he's kind of not given up, but you can tell he doesn't know what Arvis is, but he also doesn't really know what's going on. Sorry, he doesn't know what's going on. He just wishes to fucking disappear into the earth at this point. Like,
Look, if you'd like the earth to swallow you in your shame, we can arrange that.
maybe. No, maybe.
That's a threat and an offering, depending how you're feeling.
I don't know where Arvis is. I don't. No, I don't.
You
So
don't.
why were you pretending to be
Where is
in there?
Arvis? Well, you should know where he is. He's your friend. Not the best thing to say, honestly.
Why were you impersonating Arvis?
Because if I speak, I'm in trouble.
You're in
Yeah,
trouble.
but if you don't speak, you're probably in a lot of trouble as well.
Right, intimidation check with advantage for whoever wants.
Who's the scariest one here?
Can I just pop a hunter's? Can I pop a hunter's mark on him just so if he does try and leg it, I can track him?
All right, brother. That's intimidation. 19.
Malik told me.
So Malik out of the blue said, "Hey, Grudel, could you go with them, impersonate Arvis, and why?"
To find out what you were up to. Just you know, basic espionage on your allies. You know, double checking. He said it was all low above board. It's fully expected. I'm sure you're doing the same, right? That's where some of you are. Surely you're investigating us, right?
No, Grudel, we're not.
Oh.
I mean, we
Malik-
kind of like look
Does
into
it
the loop.
mind that I've had quite a lot of fun as Arvis?
That makes everything so much better.
Oh, good. Yes, good.
If Malik
So does this
approached
mean that
you-
you're on? Does this mean that you're on our team now?
Can I be on your team? Is that an option?
He just doesn't.
Well, that depends if you're
And
going
Ari
with
folds
us.
her arms and
Arvis
says,
is in here, and well, you know, we could use any ally we could get at this
and Ara
point.
folds her arms and says, I'm not sure. You've been awfully deceptive. You've lied to us. And frankly, I'm disappointed in you and Malik.
Yes, can we return to the fact that Malik actively knew Arvis was missing and thus
Yep.
ought to be impersonated?
And that is
Yeah, did
worrying.
Malik tell you why he was doing it?
He said that Arvis wouldn't be around for a little bit and that it was all fine.
What has your cat done to our rat?
I don't know.
Pod looks really concerned all of a sudden. He didn't eat him, did he?
I don't think Malik does that. No, probably not. I hope not. That would be awful.
Is that in his character from what you've seen?
No, he eats like the rest of us. Fine tastes. He doesn't give me any. I asked. He said no.
He'll
It does
share
sound
his
like
nice
that he
food.
doesn't. It sounds like he doesn't eat Arvis's, which is good. I hope he hasn't eaten Arvis.
Arvis smells a little bit. It's like
No, hang
He
on.
does smell
hang
it.
on.
He does actually smell it.
We have
That's the most convincing part of the act.
this
we
isn't
have
right, this is
Toad and
me now.
Mercy kidnapped on one side. We have Arvis put out of commission by Malik for questionable reasons.
Mhm.
Grudel,
Mm.
since you are now on our team, congratulations. Welcome. We'll share nice food with you. Kwana's a brilliant cook.
I'm sure.
You know, he'll do it for the gang.
I'm always
Since you
pick
are now
last.
on our team, let's not bring that up. We operate on a pretense of honesty, Grudel. So if there's anything that you're withholding from us that will put us in trouble or that we would really want to know, now is the time. Because if I find out later, I will make good on that promise to see that the earth does indeed swallow you.
Make an intimidation check. You can have advantage.
Og, 18 plus 2, 20, 30, 20.
Yeah. Okay. You should probably know about the gunpowder.
The gunpowder.
The gunpowder.
That's
Elaborate.
well, Malik had us take barrels of the stuff all around Freedhome, underneath it.
He what?
Wait,
Yep, that's what-
underneath freedom.
That's what came on the ship with us. That was all the supplies.
A shit ton of gunpowder.
Yeah. And we were moving it. That's why we were all so tired when you arrived.
Where
that-
have you? all over Reedhome?
Yes.
Well, I guess there's one way of dealing with Razor, but you would, kill everybody in Reedhome.
Oh, like I said, we'd let her there, and then everyone would leave, and we'd blow her up.
That's quite a smart
Right.
idea, actually.
Not a bad plan. I don't hate that. Huh. Let's talk to him about it when we're back.
Please don't.
Well, I mean, we've got to talk to him because we've got to find out where.
Also, could
Arvis is
any of you turn me back into Arvis?
No.
Please?
No, I can only really turn myself into things. I can't turn other people.
I could turn myself into Arvis. I could turn myself into you.
I can turn myself into Arvis.
Why don't you turn yourself into Arvis, pretend to be me, pretending to be Arvis, and then no one will ever have to know.
I can neither do his accent nor your squeaky pitch, Groodle.
I could give it a go.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
How
I used to
about...
pretend to be my brother all the time,
Great. Well, when
and
we
you
get
pretend to
back
be me. It was
to
good fun.
read him, we could accidentally discover some barrels, put two and two together, and say, Malik, this gunpowder doesn't happen to belong to you, does it? How funny. What a good idea. And then all will be well, one assumes.
Maybe? Yeah, I hope so.
Do you reckon Arvis is back in Reedhome taking a bath in all the gunpowder?
Oh,
It
goodness.
seems like the type. I heard some rodents have dust baths.
Maybe,
They say they
maybe
feel
we
like
just
water
switch teams. Maybe Arvis is on Malik's team now.
You seem so hopeful when you say that.
Well, you guys are nicer.
I've just threatened to put you 6 feet under, and I'm
Yeah.
still nicer than Malik?
Yeah, but Malik and Fizzle and Florin threaten to do that every day.
They do.
Yeah.
It's not very nice of him, actually.
No, it's not.
No,
I am
I
a
think
sensitive, artistic soul.
I think I withhold that for once a week, maybe.
See, kind.
I don't think I do threaten you, do I? I'm quite nice to the lot of you, really. Huh. Well, Groodle, welcome to the team. I can promise you probably no death threats from here on out.
Hooray! And Groodle brings out a wine bottle out of nowhere.
Hang on. Look, there is, I didn't tell you about this, there's a hazing thing in this group, Groodle. When you join, you have to go first down some tunnels.
My stomach is upset. I wasn't lying about that. they say that lies are formed of the best truths.
Who says that?
One of the songs I wrote.
Very poetic. Well, how about this? We'll let you off the hook this time, but you're going to have to be useful in some capacity as we get through this temple.
I'll try.
What? Why do you seem so doubtful of your own ability to be useful?
Well, you spend some time with that lot. They kind of knock your confidence a bit, but I'm feeling better already.
Well, you were selected for a reason. You must be able to do something. You're a magic
can.
practitioner.
I can cast magic, yes. Yes, I am useful.
Then be useful.
He kind of takes out his thing and strums it, and will give Casimir inspiration.
Well, great. I feel better about this.
See?
Good.
It's...
He is level 2.
Well,
There's Alara, I guess.
Bob, like, bends down and like
Lara's
pats
not
him
level
on the
2.
shoulder, and he goes, "No, Groodle, I believe in you as well." And he gives him guidance.
Oh, yeah. I will go first.
You know,
Groodle takes 3 steps, immediately gets hit by wind, gets thrown backwards.
you weren't paying attention when I pointed out where to step earlier, were you?
No, I was busy being questioned. I'm sorry.
To be fair, I've also forgotten where to step. So
Groodle kind of wipes a little tear away from the vein.
you weren't this pathetic when we left. Really? Has a week with Malik, Talora, and all done this to you?
They were awful.
All 3 of them? Which one's the worst?
Well, Malik.
Ah, Malik does seem like a bad sort.
It does seem like the worst.
Bit catty.
Is that offensive? That might be offensive.
I don't know who
wait,
Malik
wait,
is.
Did you really try to give him rats?
Are we even aware that happened?
No, none of you are. Apparently you offered him rats. He was furious about it.
Why would we give him rats?
We didn't offer him any rats.
That's
I don't
incredibly
have any rats.
insensitive.
Unless you mean Arvis, which we didn't offer Arvis to.
We obviously have not offered Arvis to him, no. Why would we offer him rats? That's deeply, deeply inappropriate.
Oh, well, he said you did.
I
Do you
don't
think he's
remember.
delusional?
Yes.
Maybe he just makes things up. He did say he spent time in solitary confinement. Maybe he just sort of imagines things.
Sounds
Yes,
plausible.
like me being weak. Imaginary.
Yes, I'm. Shall we progress down the hallway and you can tell us all about the horrible things they've done to you over the last week?
Of course. So, making your way. Could I have, even with
You required a
assistance.
level 2 bard in exchange for a level 4 druid and monk. Woo!
What can I say?
And rogue.
Oh, and
Traitor.
our artificer rogue, yeah.
Yep. So I'm going to say the investigation check is a automatic success, but you are going to need to make an acrobatics check to get down this corridor successfully.
All of us.
All of you.
Of course.
Every fail is going to be 2 bludgeoning damage.
Oh,
I'll roll for Grudel and Laura.
roll normal.
Okay, Grudel and Laura both fail.
That's an 8.
15.
Okay. On the fourth attempt, Grudel succeeds, so he is currently -8. Ilara succeeds on the second, so -2. Grudel gets to the end looking particularly battered and bruised.
What do we need to succeed?
You need a 15 acrobatics to succeed.
And even though the path is being pointed out to us,
Well, that just means that you're avoiding any pressure traps that immediately send you to the back, which is the investigation check. You need a 15 acrobatics to get through this room.
Oh. No, I rolled a 15. I'm -1. I got 40.
Oh no.
I failed 4, so I'm -8.
-8. Grudel and
Yeah.
Ilara from the
So
other
wait,
side.
with
No,
a
you
14,
you
how
have
many did I fail?
inspiration, remember? Correct?
Oh,
That's a d6.
oh, shit.
Wait. Did Grudel have guidance
I
with
failed.
his?
Grudel failed really badly with his first couple, so Grudel's currently -8.
How many? How
Ilara's
many do you
-2.
need? How many do you need? How does it
Just
work?
one
15.
success. You need a 15.
Oh, okay. Well, if I technically gave myself guidance after Grudel, that would have been a success. If I waited for Grudel to get smacked about and then followed.
Yeah, guidance yourself, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that
so
would
you
be at
succeed.
least a 1.
And
you
Atlas, you succeeded first time. And
Yeah, 15.
Quan, if you're there, otherwise I will roll for you. I will roll for Quan. Quan succeeds. 16. So as you all get to the other end of this corridor, you make your way through, and like one of you getting buffeted, pushed aside, just the sheer wind of these levers opening, the gaps opening, closing, is pushing you to side to side. And as you manage to get the side, kind of you beaten and bruising, kind of breathing. Grudel looks pretty damaged, -8, but he did it. He succeeded. And given how everybody's feeling this evening, I will say that you are at the beginning of a long spiral staircase downwards, and whatever awaits you below, we'll deal with next session.
Oh
Can I,
boy.
can I,
That'll be the
before,
500 feet.
before I forget, cast
You're
Cure
about
Wounds
100
on...
feet down already. This chamber was sloping down.
Oh,
Can
okay.
I cast a Cure Wounds on Grudel?
You can cast a cure.
I feel bad for Grudel.
Grudel got 7 points of healing.
Can we have a long rest, please?
You can do whatever you want, but there are people in this temple who may or may not come up this way. You might interrupt them in their long rest and get surprised. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching. I know it's a slightly reduced session today, and moved as well, but I hope you all had fun. We'll continue this next time. I personally think Groodle's great.
I like
Groodle.
Welcome to the team, Groodle.
Why is he on a team?
Yeah,
with
welcome.
three bullies?
Can we just slowly, okay, plan-wise, we slowly recruit members of the other team onto our
I
team, like,
agree.
nicer. Until
That's
it's
the best way to
literally just-
diminish their power.
and until it's literally just Malik and
Well-
the other
So-
dickhead.
Korrin's already
Fizzle.
betraying them because
No,
she's
I feel like we
betraying
could get
everyone.
Fizzle. I feel like Fizzle is. We could get him.
Alright.
We don't want him though. We don't want him.
Okay.
And yeah, thank you everybody. Thank you for playing. Thank you for watching.
Lauren shat himself. We don't want him.
Yeah.
That's perfect. We could definitely get him. We'll
But he
promise
is
him that
hot.
we won't
He
ever
is hot,
mention him.
though. He is hot though, so maybe we want him.
Look, everyone makes mistakes in their life, alright?
And Nalos, we could date Nalos, but yeah, she seems alright. Okay, yeah, we'll do it. We'll recruit them all one by one.
And I'll catch you all on Wednesday. It's not that far away now.
Woo.
Hope everybody
Bye.
feels better. Hope you guys are having a good November, better than me and some of the group. So I'll catch you all soon. And Ben
Bye.
and Erin and Luke are away for another two sessions. Two sessions.
Two
Two
sessions?
sessions. Yeah.
It's actually
Alright. Bye guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.